Being the natural truth seeker that I am, I follow the transits of the moon, hoping to illuminate and expand your knowledge of what is hidden in the shadows. For after all, the moon doesn't just reflect light, it reveals the truth. Are you ready to release some heavy burdens with this full moon in Capricorn? If so, then just keep on watching. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Astro Lounge. I am your host and fellow astrologer, Jessie Jupiter. I study traditional Western astrology as well as have a strong love for health and wellness. Welcome to the channel where I combine my strong love for health and wellness with my strong love for astrology. Meanwhile, revealing the secrets behind what the moon is trying to tell us. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I will have a 3-card collective tarot reading as well as a surprise moon card I will be pulling, just to get an alternative energy perspective as we are moving through this very cosmic energy. So without further ado, I bring to you, on June the 29th or the 30th, depending on where you live in the world, we will be experiencing a full moon in the earth sign of Capricorn. So first off, I want to start off by saying that I am filming this video on June the 21st on a Sunday, which happens to be Father's Day. And I find it very uniquely convenient that I am talking about a full moon in Capricorn, which is ruled by Father Time, Saturn, on Father's Day. So I just wanted to point that out, and happy Father's Day out there to all of the wonderful fathers. You deserve to be celebrated. So now that we got that out into the ether, I first off want to address where Saturn happens to be located. Saturn is being squared by the moon. This full moon is squaring Saturn. So this is going to feel quite intense, a little bit heavy, to say the least. A very powerful lunation we're experiencing. Capricorn rules over the 10th house in astrology, which represents our reputation, our career, how we present ourselves into the world, and what we are seen for, what we are recognized for, how we are recognized. And squaring Saturn in Aries, this is our identity, how we take action in the world, how we identify ourselves in the world, how we want to be seen in the world, how it is we move through the world. So this square, this confrontation, this tension is creating a conflict in the division between how we want to be seen in the world and how it is that we are currently seen, what we are currently recognized for, feeling the weight of that, the pressure of that, versus what we identify as individually and the truth behind how it is that we want to be seen. The conflict there. Aries is the sign of I am, what you identify with. And I strongly believe, as a Capricorn rising, that you have the ability to discipline your mind and rewire your mind by choosing what it is that you want to identify with. And when you consciously choose what it is that you want to identify with, you have the ability to change your mind. You have the ability to change your actions and your reality. Your reality is what the physical world is around you, represented by what you feel and believe on the inside, what you believe you can achieve, and what it is that you are accustomed to and imprinted on within your reality, the things that you have been brought up to believe, the things that you have consciously and unconsciously done throughout your life has created your reality, created your physical reality. So this is the tension, this is the conflict that we are learning how to either separate from or continue to build upon. Whether it is we need to restructure our lives or rebuild our lives, rewire our lives, what it is that we choose to no longer identify with, what we choose to begin to identify with. Take, for instance, if you're someone who is prone to eating junk food or snacks and heavy snacking, overeating, and you say things like this, like, oh, I'm trying to stop eating junk. Oh, I'm really trying to stop overeating. Instead of saying these phrases, instead it's more like, I don't overeat. I don't eat snacks. I don't snack. I don't eat junk food. Embodying it is what rewires and reconditions your mind. And it reconditions your reality over time. Practicing these things. It works with addictions. It works with things that you have been caught in loops doing and recreating over and over again in your reality. If you are someone who tends to overwork and overexert yourself, learning how to rest. I'm someone who welcomes rest. If you are someone who has trouble with quitting alcohol, instead of saying, oh, I'm trying to quit drinking, instead it's, I am not a drinker. Or I'm not a smoker. I don't smoke. It's identifying with the change that you want to make. Because then you are then coming from who it is that you want to be and identifying with that version of yourself rather than identifying with the version of yourself that you are trying to let go of. So this is really the conflict that I see that we are navigating through. It's the person that we want to become versus the person that we are. And being willing to have the discipline. Saturn is all about discipline. It's all about structure. It's all about having the motivation and the willpower and knowing that things take time and that they don't happen overnight. But it's about having the willingness to listen to the right version of ourselves versus listen to the version that keeps doing the things that we don't want to do. Separating from that version and only identifying with who it is that you want to become and who you want to be seen as in the world, and breaking away from the version of us that we no longer want to identify with. We also have a potentially volatile energy taking place in Gemini. We have a conjunction between Mars and Uranus. And Gemini is all about the nervous system and communication and expression. But having Mars, the planet of action and drive and motivation, we also have conjoined with Uranus, which is the planet of our downloads, thoughts, ideas, sudden revelations, all of these innovative ideas and downloads coming in. This is essentially our nervous system on overdrive. You may get the feeling that you are taking in all of this information and you have so much information that has been entering your mind. And then at the same time, you're wanting to take action, but it's hard for you to take action. It's hard for you to communicate because you may find yourself stumbling over your words. You may find it hard to actually get things done because of the mental clutter. So this is a very good time to find moments where you can spend in solitude, decluttering the mind. Spending time in meditation and shadow work and taking some of the built up mental energy and channeling it into creativity, but also take the good ideas. This can be a very successful energy if you use it right. Take the downloads, take the ideas, take the innovative downloads, write them down and get them out of your head. Write everything down. Or speak them, get them out, and process them, get them out, and then later take action. Don't feel like you have to act upon all of these ideas right away. Take time, give yourself time to process through everything, because the mental noise is what is hindering you. Declutter. Take a time to declutter. This is a full moon, so this is very much a time for release. Release all of the things that are burdening you, whether it's the mental clutter, the heavy lifting, the carrying. See, Capricorn is a sign that represents a builder. A builder is someone who lifts, does heavy lifting, does heavy moving, pushing, pulling, lugging. And it is a time to rest. And I know that may feel very unproductive. But rest is productive. If you are not able to allow yourself to rest, continuing this way on overdrive, continuing this way being burnt out, is going to make you very insufficient and extremely unsuccessful in the long run. And Capricorn is all about the long run, endurance, knowing when to slow down, knowing when to stretch, knowing when to pick things back up, dust yourself off, and lift again. But it is having the discipline about when to do these things and be mindful of when it is necessary to put the weight down to recover. If you do not recover, you cannot function this way. Understand that. Rest is productive. And of course, at any time in your life, it seems, you let me know in the comments if you feel this way too. At any time in your life when you are trying to make a conscious change to better yourself, do you find maybe that the distractions become more loud? Well, the astrology points directly to this. Having Sedna in Gemini here is the reminder that we need to continue to release the things that are unnecessary. Some of these downloads coming in, or some of the downloads that are already existing that haven't been wiped of, need to be removed. We need to reprocess, recondition, declutter our minds. Our environment is supporting this lunation. The astrology is supporting this massive change that's taking place within the collective. First, we have a trine that's taking place between Pluto and Aquarius in the 11th house, transforming the community, teaching us what it means to have a community. And then we have Neptune, which is in Aries. This is us seeing the vision, having the vision of who it is that we want to be, seeing the future us. And then we also have Uranus in Gemini in the 3rd. And this is us having the awakenings, revelations, breakthroughs of what it is that we need to do to become the best version of ourselves in order to be able to have the community that we desire. This is becoming a community that is stronger, structured, disciplined. This entire full moon is being guided by Saturn, carried by Saturn. It is a heavy energy. It is extremely restructuring, awakening to the reality of what it is that we need to do, not only as individuals, to take action and take control and come back to discipline, come back to self, come back to who you were always meant to be, understanding that you have more power than you actually realize. And taking your power back and decluttering the noise, decluttering the distractions, putting the phone down, putting the computer down, or shut it off, shut the TV off. Silence the people that you do not want to listen to because you know they are just distractions. Come back to self. Come back to who you are, who you want to be. It's important that you have control over you. And when you become a victim to all of these devices, where is your control? Not over you. You're being controlled by your devices. Take your power back. Unplug. So now, moving on, we also have Jupiter, and this is huge. Jupiter moving out of Cancer into Leo after being in Cancer since 2018. Teaching us the meaning of caring for ourselves versus caring for others, learning how to nurture ourselves, what it is that we needed in order to feel safe, what we needed in order to feel nurtured and cared for, and learning how to nurture and care for others properly and what they need to feel safe. moving into Leo, which is creative expansion. It is a massive time for creativity and having full confidence in your creativity and taking the time to channel all of this excess energy that you didn't even know you had because you've been so distracted, to channel it into your creativity, your natural creativity. Maybe some of the things that you forgot that you used to enjoy when you were a kid. The cool thing to know also about Capricorns is they usually tend to grow up pretty fast. So usually, as they get older, they get back to their childlike nature. And I love this energy. I am all for it. I am welcoming it. It is time to get back to why you came here. You came here to enjoy life. You came here to actually experience everything, not just heavy lifting, not just pain, not just suffering, not just carrying everything on your shoulders. You came here to enjoy life. You came here to build the life that you want to have, not to build the life that somebody else wanted, to build the life that you want. And with Jupiter moving into Leo, this is massive expansion in creativity. This is huge. We also have a very harmonious aspect taking place between Lilith and Sagittarius and Venus in Leo. This is pure, authentic expression through passion and desire and confidence. Your true voice coming to light and being able to express yourself in that creative, artistic, authentic way. That is purely your nature, your true nature. And giving that to the world is the best gift that you could ever give. That is a cherry on top. Last but not least, the last aspect that I want to talk about that's huge, a massive vibe shift. We have just experienced Chiron shifting from being in Aries since 2018 and moving into Taurus. This is a massive vibe shift. Chiron in Aries was very much healing wounds around who it is that we felt we needed to be in order to survive. The things that we had to do in order to stay alive, being in survival mode. Not really being able to take a moment and feel at ease, being able to actually sit with ourselves, calm our nervous system, not be in fight or flight 24/7, recognizing that we are safe. What else can you do to be able to financially stabilize and support yourself that doesn't require you to sacrifice your mental health, your mental stability, and your physical health and your physical stability? That's just one example. There are other things that we sacrifice by overdoing it in these other ways that we needed to survive. Sacrificing our family, not being able to spend enough time with our family. So Father Time is called Father Time because time is a very valuable thing. And it must be used wisely. It is your greatest asset. If you guys can remember and go back to January 18th, 2026, this is when we had our new moon in Capricorn. Now, if you can remember what seed you planted back then, or maybe what it is that you were coming to realize was starting to be too heavy to carry, what was this? What was this burden that you were recognizing? What was this seed that you planted? What was this decision that you made that we're coming upon right now with this full moon in Capricorn? This is the culmination. This is the end of the cycle. You're finally releasing it. And I can tell you exactly what mine was. I remember it and I will never forget it. I will never forget it. On that day, I decided that I would no longer abandon myself. And I will never forget it. And I'm fully releasing that. I'm fully embodying that. And man, with my North Node in Aquarius, it is just straightforward up and out from here on out. So you guys let me know if you happen to know what decision, what conscious choice was back in January. I would love to know. Let me know down in the comments. The anatomy that rules Capricorn is the skeletal system, the bones, the joints, the teeth, to support these areas of our bodies. First and foremost, it is essential to rest. Heavy lifting, heavy moving, overexerting yourself, always needing to push, pull, lug, carry. Rest. Rest is productive. Spend time in nature. Capricorn is an earth sign. It is very important to spend time in nature during this time. Get in the sun. The sun is so essential for healing your immune system and recuperating. During a time of rest and rejuvenation, the sun will recharge the energy that has been lost. The chemical, the hormone, oxytocin, is so needed in the world right now and forever. Oxytocin is the chemical that is built through bonding. The evidence is there. Being able to bond with human connection will make you stronger. It is proven to actually strengthen your skeletal system. And they're on to it. They're on to what actually causes us to become weaker. Division. It's that simple. Creating a division between people is making us physically weaker. Not just mentally. Physically. It breaks down the skeletal system, not having the very important hormone called oxytocin. So I strongly advise to learn how to reconnect with people and learn how to reconnect with yourself. Build this chemical back up in your body. Restructure yourself. Become strong. What are you without a backbone? Weak. Capricorn is an energy that is strong. Strong bones, strong teeth, strong joints, bending, lifting, stretching. That's another thing that is very important for this energy, is stretching. I cannot stress how important stretching is for the human body. Doing fascia work, doing yoga, simple stretching can not only make you feel younger, but make you look younger and save your life. Getting out the tension, the over buildup of stress in the body that is slowly not only killing you, yes, but making you look older. It's aging you. Being able to stretch on a daily basis, I cannot strongly advise how important this is. Me being a seafood manager, I shovel ice every day for a living, and believe me, when I do not stretch and wake up in the morning first thing and stretch and do yoga or just simply stretch my body, I feel it when I don't. It is so essential. It is the fountain of youth stretching. Get out the tension. Release the burdens. All right, guys, now we got a tarot card reading to get into. Bear with me, guys. This full moon activation is strongly heavy for me. And I am moving through this with you in the best way that I can. Despite the challenges, the mental conflict, the heaviness, I am a Capricorn rising. I natally have 5 planets in my 12th house of Capricorn. I have the moon there. I have Saturn there. I have Uranus there. I have Venus there. And I have Neptune there. And so this is potent. The 10 of Wands. Now, if this doesn't look like carrying a heavy burden, then I don't know what you're seeing. Yes, absolutely. A past of carrying heavy burdens, heavy responsibilities. It is absolutely time to release the responsibilities that are not yours to carry. You do not have to carry everything. You do not have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Put down what is not yours to carry. The 5 of Cups. Now, this is symbolizing a present moment of feeling a sense of loss, a sense of grief. Grieving maybe missed opportunities, grieving of the things that you could have done or accomplished, who you could have been, what you could have had. Grieving over some sort of loss. Maybe it was because of the distractions. If you weren't distracted, then you realize what you could have accomplished potentially. And back here, he doesn't realize that he has 2 cups still standing. He has 2 opportunities still right behind him. But he is too focused on the cups that have spilled over. So, changing the perspective. Learning to have gratitude in the things that you do still have. Even if it's small, even if you experienced a big loss, being able to sit in those moments and recognize what you do still have. So there it is, the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Wands. And this is very much pointing to mental conflict. Especially in communication, mental conflict within your mind, with yourself, with others. I think it's very important right now to fight for yourself. It is not selfish to fight for yourself. To have the wisdom and the knowledge to separate yourself from toxic situations and toxic people out of having self-respect for yourself. 5 of Wands. That is all about the mental distractions. It is mental noise. Separate yourself from it. Don't feed into it. Break away from it. Fight for yourself. Fight for your peace. Last but not least, I'm going to pull you guys a moon card. And these are beautiful moon cards with beautiful messages on them. Affirmations. I pull one every single day. I strongly advise giving yourself positive affirmations on a daily basis. We have gotten, this is the image. They have beautiful images on them, and it represents the dark moon. And it says, I let go. I release. I am within perfect possibility. I think Timmy agrees. Or not. Okay. It says, let go. I release. I am within perfect possibility. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you click and subscribe and become a part of this collective. And thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes. I appreciate them so much. You have no idea how much they help the channel. And leave me comments Let me know how this Capricorn energy has been affecting you. I would love to know. That's very important information to me. I know that it's a very strong, intense energy, but this energy is building the necessary resilience that we need as a collective. So just hang on tight. Take some time, recuperate, recover, rest. Give yourself permission to rest. And I hope that this full moon in Capricorn brings forth the release that you need to release the burdens that were never meant for you to carry in the first place. So until next time, I will see you in my next video. Keep looking up. Bye for now.